Hi, this is Eric Pfeiffer from the St. Clair County Sheriff's Dive Team. The Blue Water area has some of the best scuba diving sites in the Great Lakes, from historic shipwrecks on Lake Huron to the clear waters of the St. Clair River and its abundance of marine life. The dive flag is a red flag at least 14 inches by 16 inches, with a diagonal white stripe flown from a vessel or on a buoy in the water whenever diving is taking place. Michigan law requires divers to stay within a surface area of 100 feet of the flag. It also requires boaters to stay at least 200 feet away from the flag. Share the waterway. When you see a diver's flag, stay at least 200 feet away. It's important to note that divers may exceed the 100-foot distance from the flag because when you're diving, it's easy to lose orientation and think you're going back the way you came, but you're actually getting farther away. So in this example, it would be awfully easy for this boater to hurt a diver anywhere in the vicinity of his flag. And I've seen this happen. I've been diving over 25 years, and boaters in general just aren't aware. From a diver's perspective, it's terrifying if you see a boat go overhead. That spinning propeller would cut you to bits. You would never make it home to your family if you connect with that propeller. This is another example of what could have been a near miss. This twin-engine boat has double the trouble pushing it. So as a diver, you have to be very aware of what's around you when you surface. But as a boater, we really rely on you staying away from the flag, because I'm going to try to come up right next to my flag, but I may get lost and may not be able to. In this case, notice the snorkeler, and we are using a dive flag. I've seen snorkelers out in the boating lanes multiple times, and really they're almost invisible without a dive flag. So extremely dangerous if you're snorkeling. As a boater, if you see somebody snorkeling out in what I consider the boating lanes out past the sandbars on Lake Huron, you might stop and warn them how invisible they might be. And this dive flag is a whole nother example on the river. We use little sleds to get them away from the seawall so boaters will hopefully see them as they go by. As a diver in the St. Clair River, we try to treat the river as an overhead environment. That means we try not to surface anywhere except near the flag or seawall, because there's so much boat traffic in the primary dive season that it would be very dangerous to surface. If, as a boater, you see a diver on the surface in the river away from the wall, please stop and check on him. Chances are he's on the surface for a reason that is not good. He probably is having some type of problem, and help may be required for him to get somewhere safe. So please stop and take a look at any divers you see on the surface of the St. Clair River away from a seawall or dive flag.
Get a picture from this side too, Eric.
The most important point of this video is that it takes both boaters and divers for everyone to remain safe. Divers can't see what's going on the surface, and boaters expect divers to be within 100 feet of the flag. It just doesn't always work that way. Thanks for watching, and most importantly, please be safe.